Hey YouTubers. Well, I'm back from my vacation. Flo and I went down to the Mexican Riviera. Don't ask me where I went. Couldn't spell it, and began with L or La something. We had a couple spots we stopped at. And before I left, a couple days before I left, my truck started throwing codes. So I, throwing in a Chevy, pulled the codes up. One was a map sensor. The other one was the downstream oxygen sensor. So I cleaned the map sensor up, and that oxygen sensor has gone off now and then. My brother Dan and I talked and put better gas in it. It hasn't thrown a code since, so I thought maybe the map sensor made the O2 sensor go off. So I cleaned that up, let that dry for a night, and the day before we were going to be leaving, I ran it. Still, it's got a real rough shake to it. So I'm like, okay, so I just park it in the driveway, and we took the car, left it at the airport to go on our trip. So I come back, and it's just like, okay, now I wonder. So a year ago, a year and year ago and 5 months. Okay, my neighbors are home. So a year ago and 5 months, I put the distributor in. And I was like, okay. I had pulled the cap off it. Cap looked fine. Put it all in. So I'm thinking to myself, I paid almost $100 for the distributor. And the distributor is pretty good solid distributor. I thought, maybe it's the cap. I can't get it to pull a code. I drove it last week and it pulled 3 codes actually. It pulled the there was one in there that I forgot that came on and went back off when I was going down the highway one time, and I'm like, okay, you're not staying on. It must not be important. Chevrolet, if your check engine light isn't on and your gas gauge doesn't work, you're not driving a Chevrolet, So I crawled up there on there, in my belly, and like I did last time, I put the distributor in, pulled the cap off. And brought it back in. It's not too bad. I'll get some light in here. Not too bad. A little hazy and stuff, on these posts. Got some white haze on the posts. And I'm thinking to myself, I got the cap off. I'll just go get another one. So I went into AutoZone, picked up one of their Duralast gold ones. Is like $42. It's a set for the cap and rotor. It's probably $22 last year. But so I put that on, and guess what? Still got a miss. Son of a bitch. So still got a miss, And I was there laying on my belly, all scrunched up, getting that cap off. I was thinking to myself, would I rather be laying on my belly at 64 or standing on my head? And I came to the conclusion, neither. Yeah, it was not a fun deal. On this distributor cap, always put like a towel. I put a paper towel under the back when I took the screw off. Let's see here. This would be this back one here. This back one of the distributor. I put a towel underneath there, a paper towel in case it fell off and landed there. The front one, the first time I took it off, I had to line up the distributor and make sure it was pointing in the right direction, make sure it was on #1 cylinder, etc., etc. And when I went to put that first one in, it fell off. I was like, ah! It went down into the intake manifold. I tell you what, I was looking for that thing and I found it down there. In that split second, I must have had like 50 white hairs pop up in the back of my head. I was like, oh my God, you know. So I put a towel underneath it, made the towel like a little bowl, so it would fall into the bowl. Yeah. I kind of forgot when I get another Chevy how much I miss working on Chevys. But I've had good luck with the Nissans and Toyotas and stuff. But you know, it is what it is. So I'm gonna have to take it in, have them throw it on the diagnostic, and try to see what it is. It's a mess. I'm gonna wait for it to cool down here, and I might take #1 spark plug out. I don't know how many miles. Scott put new spark plugs in. Dan put a new cap and rotor and plug wires on it, and I can't see, you know, it's not even 3 years old. The plug wire is going bad, but yeah, you never know. So I'm gonna have to look and see what the mileage is I had on it. I think I have 143 on it by now, so I might have about, I don't know. I'll have to look that up and let you know here. Finish this off. But that's my fun day. I got back yesterday, so this is my Sunday. Thank God I have Monday off. Just kind of make up for this. Yeah, fun. I love my Chevys. I do like my Chevys. I just some of this new stuff. I thought I could just go in there and pull the plug wires off, you know, like you used to be able to on the V8s, and grab your little pliers and pull them off and check them as you go along. Man, I can't even get down in there. And my 6-cylinder, the engine sits back towards the firewall, and yeah, it's kind of a pain to get up in there. But I'm gonna pull that #1 spark plug off and see what it looks like. It could just need plugs. There might be a plug that lost the thing that goes on around the spark plug, the little hood deal. I've seen those where those have fallen off. So, well, that's where I'm at. I'll let you know what I come up with. Or if I can't figure that out, I'll let you know what was wrong with it. Alright. See ya. Hello! So, kind of finishing the update on the Chevy truck and videos on down the road. Chevy truck turned out to be a MAF, mass airflow sensor. It was part of the problem, but still the truck was not running, still was low on power. So what they found out is the catalytic converters, there's 2 of them, one on each side coming out of the manifolds, were plugged. So that was a very, altogether, it cost me around $18.55 to get this all done. It is what it is. I'm not going to be, I can't crawl underneath the truck. That was, you know, $1,200–1,300 just for that. Those catalytic converters are expensive. That whole front pipe was like $800–900 just for the pipe. I did some research on it, and I'm like, I'm not going to be, you know, crawling under my truck doing all that stuff. So bit the bullet, had them do it. Same with the MAF sensor. They thought that would be the whole kit and caboodle. That turned out to be, I think it was like $230 for the trying to figure out what was wrong with it. Running all their machines and whatever else to try to figure out. The MAF sensor was making it go rich. So the MAF sensor, I think it was $350, and it's got 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty or something. I mean, I talked to him. I didn't want a cheap one put in because I've, you know, watched YouTubers and other people out there that went and bought a cheap one, put it in, and then they end up buying it again or end up having problems with their truck, and it all turned out to be their cheap MAF sensor. So I had them put that in, and you know, that was around $600 altogether there. And then they put the MAF sensor in, and then they still couldn't get it to run right, and then we did the whole exhaust. So it is what it is. I'm going to be changing a whole bunch of different things on my Sellingguy 60. No more lawnmowers, no more equipment. I'm just not going to do it. So many people out there do that stuff, so I want to do something different. So I've got a bunch of other little projects around here to do, and that's what I'm going to put on here. I broke my vise the other day. Didn't break it off, I just broke one of the hold downs, and I'll probably do a little short video on that and kind of string a bunch of stuff together to make a video. So the last one I have is 3 pieces of equipment from Keith up the street. He got some from his aunt, and so I have a Mantis rototiller, little 2-cycle rototiller, pretty cool little thing. I've seen them around, I just never got a chance to work on one. Home light, blower, and a chainsaw. Chainsaw sat for 10 years. That was interesting. The blower, I think, sat for 3, and I think the Mantis was 5 years. And it's full of cobwebs, and it sat out in like a outside shed. Looks like it might have been chicken coop, or it was pretty dirty. I had to go out and hose it down before I could even start working on it. So that'll be my last. That's a 2-part series. So that'll be the last hoorah there for the lawn equipment. So be doing other things. I just want to do other things. So this is the end of this one, and on to the next one. So finish this up, and then you'll be seeing a 2-part series on the lawn equipment. That'll be the last of the lawn equipment. So, all right, that should make you happy, Dave. I'll be getting something different. All righty, be nice to your neighbor. See ya. Oh, I gotta shut this off. Shut it off.